still committed. Those people that doubted our commitment, those people that thought that this was some kind of cult of personality, we want to show them that that is not the fact. We wanted them to know that we are here and we are going all the way. We are going past Philly. We are going to take these issues on. And not only that, but we have formed a coalition that is so strong because, as you can see, this is about the environment, right? But we have people that are from the indigenous people. We have Black Lives Matter. We have the nurses who've been showing up just so great all the time. We have people from every kind of group here, and that's what's really important because we have to tell these people that our commitment hasn't ended. This is not just about an election. We played fair, and we're going to keep playing fair, and we're going to put people in offices from the bottom up. We have so many people that are interested. We want real progressives. We're going to keep doing that. We're going to say thank you to Bernie for igniting this spark, for giving us our power. But we have not lost our power. We have not been diminished. In fact, because of this, we are getting stronger, and we're going to have each other's backs on this. So because all of these things are related, you cannot poison the water in a community unless you have racism, right? You need social justice, you need economic justice, and all of those things tie into the environment, tie into women's rights. They're all connected. We have all the same good guys and all the same bad guys, all throughout everything. So we have to stay awake, we have to stay committed, and we're all here today to say that that is the fact. People have come in from all over, from all different groups. Stay loud. That's a good beginning. Now we're awake, we have to stay awake, we have to bring out all those people that aren't interested and say that it doesn't matter anymore. We have to tell them it matters more than ever. No matter who gets in that White House, we're going to need this army. We need this army for TPP, fracking, social justice. We need to, all these things are immediate emergencies, really. So we can't slow down. What we have to do is be even more connected. We have to understand that we have to call on our brothers and sisters. We have to not be competitive with our different groups. We have to share our information. We have to help each other online and do more than just like something. We have to show up when the call goes out. And I know you guys are going to do it. I know you're here, you're interested. You're going to locate all these people. You'll do a great job. I'm here to tell you I love you, and to dream big, to stay loud, and call on me if you need something. And we're going to help each other out. So thank you all for coming. I have faith in you. I have faith in all of these newly energized kids that are here. You know, no matter what anybody says in the mainstream media, you have to understand how much effect you've had and how really on the right track that we've had. And I don't want to keep reiterating the same message, but it's important to understand that. It's important to understand your power. It's important to keep talking to each other. It's important to support all these different people that are, you know, the LGBT community, our veterans. Everybody is connected. And that's what Bernie has shown us, and together we are strong, and together we'll do him proud. And you will find a way, however your heart tells you to vote or whatever. Hold on to this, because this is not going away. We are not going away. Thank you.
Give it up for Susan Sarandon!
And Michaela!
Here from the beginning! No compromise! We have a lot of media in the house tonight. We have Rolling Stone in the house tonight. We have ABC News in the house tonight. And we have a guy named Dave Weigel. You probably know him from Twitter, from Washington Post. He just asked me a question. He said, Josh, how do you feel about the resignation of Debbie Wasserman Schultz? And I said, should provides the question, and I'm going to ask you the question. How do you feel that the people fired Debbie Wasserman Schultz? That's right. And I'm going to introduce the next introducer.
That was one bit of good.
An amazing woman who I've gotten to know on the New York Platform Committee. You've seen her on CNN, on MSNBC, on Fox, on every channel on the face of the planet. Nomiki Konst.
Woo! What up? Woo! Oh, Debbie Wasserman Schultz. The revolution is alive. We've taken over the Democratic Party. You see this? This stuff doesn't happen at Democratic conventions. No. Awesome. So, I have the honor, and I mean honor. This man has changed my life. He is a movement leader. He is a movement shaker. He has made our party more transparent, more progressive. He was on the floor of the Platform Committee, saving our party. He was in the floor of the Rules Committee just last night, saving our party, making that unity amendment happen with other delegates. Ben Jealous was the youngest leader of the NAACP. He's an entrepreneur. He's a leader. This dude is taking our movement forward. He is one of our leaders, Ben Jealous.
Wow. Well, good evening. And goodbye, Debbie. And hello to our revolution. And let's just hear, we are in the community, and let's just hear for the people of Germantown for welcoming everybody. Woo! Coming out.
Do you have enough juice to catch one more person if mine runs out?
The reality is, when I was president of the NAACP, the very first program I started was our climate justice program. And I did that because, quite frankly, if you overlay poverty and communities that are most susceptible to the ravages of climate change, it's like an exact overlap. The reality is that people of color and poor people of all colors are the first ones who pay the price when there's a flood or a hurricane or a tornado.
Preach that, yeah. I came to New Orleans. It's still fucked up.
And the reality is that when you look at the communities that are most likely to vote for our planet and against the Koch brothers, for our planet and for greater environmental regulation, the Latino community is first, the black community is second.
That's how that Kristen Wiig. Remember?
And we as a green movement got to become as colorful as possible.
Probably safe.
Now, many folks don't know this, but my first rally I ever attended on my own as a child, I was wearing an Earth First t-shirt. And it was an anti-clear-cutting rally focused against Maxam in Sacramento, California.
Been in a million things.
And what I can tell you is this, y'all. We must continue to organize as if the very lives of our grandchildren and great-grandchildren yet unborn depends on it.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about the seventh generation. We got to focus on the second generation. Or we won't get to the seventh.
Yep.
Now I want to take you just to church for a second and then I'll be done. This morning I was with Reverend Jesse Jackson. We were over at a church on the west side, and Reverend Jackson got up and he said something that was interesting to me. He said, when slaves change their mind, the whole world changes. Now listen to that. When slaves change their mind, the whole world changes. And then he said something that got my attention, because I have a grandmother who's turning 100 years old, who's the granddaughter of a runaway slave. And he said the only slave that makes sense is a runaway slave. The only slave that makes sense is a runaway slave. You see, it's clear what to do when you find yourself on a plantation. You run away. If the plantation is on fire, great, you run away. But when the planet is on fire, there's no place to run. And when there's no place to run, you have to stand where you are and fight like hell. And as Bernie has said time and time again, many of us will be fighting on the outside and many of us will be fighting on the inside, but all of us will be fighting together. All of us will be fighting together to make sure that the second generation and the third generation and the fourth generation and the fifth generation and every generation for eternity has a planet to call home that is even better, that is even more thriving, more alive, better protected than the one that fools are endangering right now. So let's get on with the climate revolution. Let's get on with the political revolution. Let's take our country back and let's save our planet. God bless you.
Woo, thank you. Woo, thank you.
Give it up for Mr. Banderas!
Woo!
Our next speaker is a very good friend of mine. He's in the film How to Let Go of the World and Love All the Things Climate Can't Change. But that's a tiny, tiny reason why he's important. There is something that we all know very well. We know what it's like to feel alone in the face of huge opposition. We know what it's like to say, in our hearts, I don't know what to do next. You know that position of vulnerability. You know that position where you feel weak and you have nowhere to turn. And our next speaker was in that position in Utah at an oil and gas auction where the Bush administration was about to give away millions of acres of our public lands. And he decided to intervene, and he decided to step in, and he spent 21 months in federal prison because of his action, because of his civil disobedience. Because he obeys a higher